Welcome back. Today we're talking tax returns. Are you ready to file yours? The Eswatini Revenue Service is here to break it down. Income tax returns for 2025, preparation for submission. If you earned income from any source last year, you are legally required to file a tax return. To help us understand what to prepare, how to submit, and why it matters, we're joined by Nkosi Matlalela, Manager for Taxpayer Service, and Nduduzo Dlamini, Manager, Marketing and Communications. Stay tuned as we unpack this. Very good afternoon to you both, and thank you so much for joining us on the program. I'll start with you, Kwebo. What, according to Section 33 of the Income Tax Order, taxpayers must declare income from all, emphasis on all sources, right, from all sources. Now, what are the consequences of non-compliance? But let's start with defining voluntary tax compliance, and then we'll get into the consequences.
Thank you very much. A good afternoon to our viewers today. So just to take our viewers through what is voluntary compliance. It's one thing to be compliant. It's one thing for ERS to go around, remind people about deadlines, encouraging people about deadlines. But it's another thing to just have this conviction in you where you personally take tax and you take the initiative of paying tax, administering tax, and sorting for assistance. But of course, ERS has made it easy for our clients. It's not like it's just yours to push to be compliant. But voluntary compliance is when you know you are generating income in the country during the year of assessment, you have accrued income, or you are registered somewhere. So you take the initiative to approach the ERS, but of course we've made it easy for you as well.
If I don't approach the ERS, what happens then?
Definitely we will come for you in many ways. Legal means definitely. The Section 33 gives the Commissioner General also the rights to come for you. But of course, we are a service, so it's not like we will come and kill you.
Right. Nduduzo, I want to come to you. The ERS has taken an evidently more visible, people-centered approach to communication. What is driving this strategic shift, and what do you hope that it achieves?
Okay, great. Thanks, Natsila, and good afternoon again to the viewers. So I think Tobelongo had already touched a bit that we are more of a service than being an authority. We do know that in the past we were authority, but we are now more of a service. So as a service, we are focusing on education, making sure that we drive education on the ground. So as we know that currently we are driving a campaign called Bafunzise, where we are going around towns, just making sure that we are able to educate our tax people about what's tax, what's being tax compliant, what you need to do, what registration needs to be done as you continue with those businesses as we go around. So it's quite critical for us to be able to engage, also get some feedback from the citizens and tax people to tell us if we probably could do these things in this way that would assist us. But just lastly, to also touch base on that, so we are on the ground, but we also trying to make sure that we're visible on social media and digital platforms as where we are able to reach more people than when we are going on the ground.
Your Bafunzise campaign, how effective has it been to ensuring that individuals actually do come through and they pay their tax obligations?
So it has been very good. I think from the previous towns we were visited, we did see the numbers showing. We did see people really engaging with our content. It did show that there is a gap for more education for us to push, which we are trying to push more. So currently we are starting on the towns, but we are looking to go forward, even visiting Tinkhundla, so that we make sure that we touch every person or every citizen in the country, just to understand in terms of tax compliance and how best would they work with us as a service. Also to gather the information in terms of what feedback would assist us to work properly hand in hand with them.
Okay, Kwebo, whether I'm an individual or I'm a business, what documentation do I need to have to ensure that I hand in my tax returns?
Okay, thank you very much. As an individual who's expected to file tax, by the way, the notice for filing income tax returns 2025 is already out there. All these media platforms that the IRS has provided, you can get our notice. We've made it available. And in that notice, it is specified who is expected to file an income tax return. So in the case of an individual, let's say for instance, you are earning the employment income which is above maybe 3 million, including your fringe benefits, we do expect you to provide your tax certificate, which is your individual employment tax certificate, which you get from your employer. You need to prepare that one. But even before we get into the documents, ensure that you are registered. Registration is one of the pillars of compliance. Ensure that you are registered, and also ensure that you have activated your tax ease account so that you can access your profile. In the case of businesses, we do expect businesses to use their income statements as well as their balance sheet. Also, their asset register can be a good source of information even as they complete the income tax return. So everywhere where you've put in information in terms of your operations for the year 2025, we expect you to please put that in order so that when you go into tax ease, you won't have an issue when filing or when completing your income tax return.
Right. For employees, withholding tax certificates is often required, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, for companies, I think it says only a public officer or delegation can submit their return. What does it take? What documentation is needed to delegate this authority, and how is it verified?
Okay, there's a document, it's there in our website, we call it Power of Attorney, where a company has nominated a public officer, but the public officer probably is not available. They can pass on or rather they can delegate the obligation or the power to file on behalf of a company, so then they can nominate any other individual. With that nomination, it is not permanent. It lasts only for 12 months and it's renewable if only the public officer is impressed by that power of attorney. Power of attorney can be passed to, say, tax practitioners as well, because usually with the public officer, we expect that it is an internal individual also who holds a position of power. But of course, they can pass this power to other individuals, say maybe internally or as well as external, being your tax practitioners.
Right. Those are the ones for you. In an environment where public trust is hard-earned, how do you position the ERS as an enforcer and a partner in nation building?
So I think firstly from the campaign we were just trying to drive education. So from that we are already just getting a bit of feedback. But for us, again, I think what we're doing is there's a bit of campaigns which we are running through our social media platforms. We've also recently launched our TaxPal app, where we encourage people to download and use. So part of those platforms, that's where they get to see some of the work we're doing. They're able to also interact with us directly through WhatsApp lines as we continue to build some trust around that. But lastly, there is a campaign we're also looking to kick off with partnership with the government, where we'll then be rolling out some of the things which where we are doing around in terms of the tax money which is being collected and what is being done around that, to also assist to build that trust as people see us to continue working and collecting their tax.
As you expand in these campaigns, how do you measure their impact and reach?
So there is different platforms. I know right now we'll be kicking away some of the surveys where we do interact with some of the people who've already interacted with us, where we would ask them to share some feedback, rate us. And then also we are in the process of acquiring a digital platform which will assist us to gather some of those feedbacks and be able to create a dashboard for us to be able to utilize as we continue to work and educate on the ground.
All right, Ixebo, your office is big on tax education. Right now, what are new strategies or tools being deployed to ensure that both individuals and businesses understand their tax obligations?
Okay. Over and above us collecting tax on behalf of government, I'm sure you'll recall that in the past we were referred to as Eswatini Revenue Authority. Mm-hmm. We intentionally changed our name to show that we are a service. We want to come down to the level of every individual, every business running in the country, so that we make, or rather, we are intentional also on breaking the compliance barriers that could probably hinder people from being tax compliant. From our perspective, we are intentional to believing that when we see someone or an individual or even a company not being compliant, it's because they don't know. We believe that there is ignorance. So that is where we start. Everything begins there. We even have a campaign.
Is it ignorance or just a matter of communication, a barrier there?
We believe that you don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, we believe that you don't know. Hence, we are intentional in educating you and hand-holding you, not just give you information. We hand-hold and ensure that we also offer post-service so that we ensure that you are able to comply. We have a campaign that we launched and it's still ongoing. We call it Sonzela's Kulum.
Okay.
It's exactly that. We say don't die in your corner, because with tax and its complication probably, sometimes people think there's a lot that they need to pay, only to find that is staggered. It depends on the threshold where you are. Someone thinks there's a lot that is owing the commissioner, only that if only they were operating in the open and they allowed us to assist them, you'd find that you don't even need to pay tax because it comes in stages. So it depends how much you're making. So we're very intentional in educating our clients and simplifying our content as well, because they are not the same. They're not, even their level of literacy, it's not the same. With the campaign that Nduduzo highlighted on Bafunzise, we are going door to door, because we picked in the past that sometimes we call our clients to maybe set up where it's like a workshop. They're busy. They're producing. So we also, because through the feedback that we're getting from our clients, they would make valid reasons of not attending workshops. So we have become very intentional to say, at the end of the day, they need to get the information. They need to be educated. Before we come in and say penalty, interest, and all that, they need to know what is expected of them. So with Bafunzise, more than us just educating them, we also creating a platform where they are able to voice out their struggles in terms of compliance. We are able to enhold them in their own offices, in their own shops. So it's a door-to-door campaign, and we really hope to cover the whole country. And the reception that you're getting from the clients out there is really, it's amazing and it's awesome. And they're opening their doors and they're able to take advantage of the opportunity that the ERS is offering. It's also a great opportunity for us because we're also getting feedback from our clients.
Okay. The tactical nature of tax, how do you balance it with, the need to communicate in a language that resonates with the rural Eswati, with the informal Eswati? That one's for you.
Okay. I think even in terms of how we offer our service, it's not one channel.
Okay.
That shows that it's not like we have one blanket across everyone. We know that our clients come from different walks of life. We still offer physical services where we still have our physical service centers around the big cities of the country, even though we are moving digitally, to the extent that with the new portal that we've introduced, TextEase, the self-service portal for our clients, we say even if you don't have a computer, even if you don't have connectivity, we have made kiosks available in our service centers. That's how far we have gone in terms of simplifying tax, simplifying compliance, and making it doable and possible. Because it's not like we are excited to collect penalty. Yes, we will collect. We need to collect in terms of the principal and all that. It's not like it excites us to collect penalty. So for us to assist our clients not to find themselves
in penalty,
and against the law and whatnot, we really need to empower them. So we are big on that. Hence, we are simplifying to the point that even our material, there's an income tax regime that we've introduced. We call it presumptive tax.
Okay.
That one really targets clients who make zero income to 500,000. So if you made 0 to 50,000, the tax that you pay there is 0%.
Okay.
And then if you make anything above 50,000 to 500,000, the tax that you pay there is 1.75%. That's how far down we want to go with our clients. So even with the material that we take out, we've gone even as far as interpreting it or or rolling it out in Siswati.
Right.
Not only just English.
All
yeah.
right. Thank you very much, Tsibo. Nduduzo, can you wrap it up for us? What's one message that you would like our audience to walk away with in terms of having a relationship with their text, but also having a relationship with the ERS?
I think the one key message for us is to just say we are more of being a service. We're not an authority. We're here to work with Eswatini as we collect text. We are happy to get also feedback from them on terms of how best we can improve. And we are also happy to take it to a next level where we are going digitally, make sure that it's easy for them to access our platforms. Otherwise, in terms of that, anything else they want to get, they are more than welcome to contact us through our websites or social media platforms, or just go text us on WhatsApp, where they can be able to reach us for any questions or comments.
All right, very well understood. Thank you very much, Ngozi. Yeah. They are not just an authority, but they are a service. That was the ERS. Tsibo Lenkosi Matlalela and Nduduzo Lamini bringing us ERS Text Talk this Thursday. We'll catch a break when we come back. In-house economist Sanele Sibia.
Hi, I'm